As we get older, life can sometimes feel lonely, especially if the people you once relied on are no longer by your side. It's a tough reality many of us face, and it can leave you feeling uncertain about what comes next. But here's the thing, you don't have to navigate this chapter alone. There are simple, powerful steps you can take to fill your days with purpose, joy, and connection. Even when you're on your own, from building new routines to taking care of your mind and body, there are ways to create a life that feels fulfilling and meaningful. In this video, we'll explore practical, actionable advice to help you thrive and find peace in this new season of life. Stick around and let's talk about how you can embrace independence, protect your emotional well-being, and feel truly at home no matter where you are in life. Number 1, build new daily routines that give life structure. Some mornings feel heavier than others. The silence in the house is louder than ever. The phone doesn't ring like it used to. Meals feel more like tasks than moments to enjoy. And in those quiet moments, it's easy to start wondering if the best parts of life are already behind you. But they're not. Life still has meaning. It still has rhythm. You just need to bring that rhythm back on your terms. When you're on your own in later years, one of the most powerful things you can do is build daily routines. Not habits that just fill time, but routines that give your day structure and make you feel steady. Without structure, time can feel endless, but not in a good way. It can feel aimless. When every day looks the same, it becomes harder to stay mentally strong, physically active, and emotionally balanced. Start by anchoring your mornings. Wake up at the same time every day and open the curtains. Let the sunlight in. Have a glass of water, maybe even warm with lemon, and take a few minutes to breathe deeply. This simple act sets the tone. It tells your mind and body, I'm still in charge of this day. Plan out 3 things every morning. Just 3. Something for your body, something for your mind, and something that gives you a sense of joy or calm. That could mean stretching or walking to the corner store, reading a short article or listening to a podcast, watering your plants or calling a neighbor. These are not small acts. They're lifelines. Meals are another way to add rhythm to your day. Don't eat on the couch. Set the table. Even if it's just you, make your meal matter. Prepare something nourishing. Sit down and enjoy the process of eating slowly. It tells your body it's cared for. It reminds you that you matter, even if no one else is watching. End your day with something gentle and familiar. A short walk as the sun sets, a warm bath, writing in a journal, watching a favorite show. Doing this at the same time every night gives your body the signals it needs to wind down naturally, helping you sleep better and wake up clearer. Structure does something very important for the mind. It creates a sense of control, and when life feels uncertain or lonely, control is powerful. You're not just passing time, you're shaping it. You're living with intention. Even if no one is beside you right now, your days can still feel full. Your time can still feel meaningful. Routines are more than tasks. They're reminders that life still moves forward and that you're still a part of it. Number 2, join local groups that spark joy and purpose. There's something about walking into a room and being seen, not because people already know you, but because they're open to knowing you. When you've spent a lot of time alone, that kind of welcome can feel like sunlight after weeks of gray skies. The truth is, being on your own in later life can wear you down quietly. You get used to the quiet, the stillness, the absence of plans, but the human heart still needs connection. No matter how old we are, many people think that at a certain age, the opportunity to meet new people or be part of something bigger has passed. But that's not true. Connection doesn't have an expiration date. And one of the most powerful ways to find it is by joining local groups that bring genuine interest, joy, and meaning into your life. This isn't about forcing yourself to be social. It's about finding places where you can show up exactly as you are. No need to pretend, no need to impress. Just honest spaces where your presence matters. Whether it's a community walking club, a gardening circle, a book discussion group at the library, or even a choir, these kinds of groups offer more than just company. They offer purpose. They give you something to look forward to. Something that gets you out of the house, not because you're bored, but because your life has momentum again. When you engage with people who share your interests, the conversation flows more naturally. You don't need to overthink what to say or how to fit in. You're already connected by something that lights you up inside. That might be history, music, crafts, or just a shared love of staying active. And it's in those shared moments, laughing at a silly mistake during a painting class or sharing a small win at a fitness group, that bonds begin to form. Not all of them will turn into deep friendships, but even casual smiles and small talk can lift your spirits in ways that staying home never could. Joining a local group also does something important for your self-worth. It reminds you that you're still part of the world, that your ideas matter, that your experiences have value. When you contribute, whether by showing up, helping out, or even just encouraging someone else, it boosts your confidence. It's proof that you still have something to give. And that feeling, that sense of being needed and seen, can be more powerful than anything else. It's normal to feel nervous the first time you try something new. You might worry about not knowing anyone, or whether you'll enjoy it. That hesitation is natural. But it's important not to let that hesitation stop you. Start with one event. Stay for a short while. Just observe if you need to. Sometimes all it takes is one moment of courage to change the shape of your days. There are also local centers, senior centers, libraries, cultural clubs that are built for connection. Many of them offer free or low-cost classes, meetups, or volunteer opportunities. These aren't just scheduled events, they're lifelines, and they're often filled with others who are in the same boat as you. People who have lived full lives, faced hard losses, and still choose to show up. When you're among people who understand what it means to keep going, it becomes easier to do the same. Purpose doesn't always come from big accomplishments. Sometimes it comes from showing up every week to help sort donations at a food bank, or helping out at a school event, or joining a group that writes letters to those in hospitals or care homes. These acts don't just benefit others, they heal parts of us too. They remind us that we still have the power to make life better, both for ourselves and for others. And when you start connecting more often, something shifts. Your mood improves, your energy returns, your sleep gets better. Loneliness begins to fade, not because you've filled your life with noise, but because you've filled it with meaning. You don't need dozens of people around you to feel alive. One group, one shared interest, one regular meetup can be enough to bring back a sense of belonging. And that belonging is not just a comfort, it's a strength. It's what helps you stand a little taller, walk with more ease, and face each new day with a little more hope. No matter your age, no matter how long it's been since you felt connected, there is still space for you in the world. There are still doors that will open. You just have to knock. Your future doesn't need to be lonely. It can be full of laughter, stories, shared cups of coffee, and the kind of quiet understanding that only comes from being with others who truly get it. So take the first step. Find a group that speaks to something real inside you. Walk in, take a seat, and see what happens. You might just find that a whole new chapter of life is waiting for you, and it begins with showing up. Number 3, move your body every day to stay independent. Getting older can feel like your body is slowing down faster than you expected. Tasks that were once second nature, getting out of a chair, bending down to pick something up, walking around the block, start to feel harder. And when you live alone, those changes can be even more noticeable. There's no one around to grab something from the top shelf. No one to lean on when your knees feel weak. That's exactly why keeping your body moving every single day is not just helpful. It's essential. Movement keeps you independent. It helps you stay in control of your life. You don't need to run marathons or go to a gym. You just need to stay active in a way that feels good and keeps you strong. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference if you're consistent. The goal is not to get fit for the sake of appearance. The goal is to keep living life on your own terms. Start with simple movements you can do at home. Standing up from a chair without using your hands. Marching in place while brushing your teeth. Doing arm circles while waiting for your coffee to brew. These aren't just exercises. They're ways to train your body to respond when you need it most. Daily movement builds balance, strength, and stability. That means fewer falls, better posture, and more confidence when you're out and about. Think about what you love or used to love doing. Was it gardening, walking in nature, dancing in your kitchen? Bring those movements back into your routine. Even if you can't do them the way you once did, modified versions still count. What matters is that you move with intention, that you remind your muscles they're still needed, and your bones they still carry you. Movement also has a powerful impact on your mind. It reduces stress and lifts your mood. When you move, your brain releases chemicals that make you feel better, not just in the moment, but throughout the day. You might notice that after a short walk, your thoughts feel clearer and your worries feel smaller. That's not a coincidence. Physical movement literally changes how your brain functions. It sharpens memory, boosts focus, and improves sleep. There's a kind of dignity in being able to care for yourself, to walk to the store, to clean your space, to reach up, bend down, get dressed, and cook a meal without help. These everyday actions are signs of strength. They may seem small, but they add up to freedom. When you move your body each day, you're not just exercising, you're protecting that freedom. You're making sure your body can keep up with the life you want to live. If pain or stiffness is a barrier, start gently. Seated stretches, slow walks around the home, using a cane or walker if you need it, doesn't mean you failed. It means you're smart enough to keep moving safely. And the more you move, the more strength you'll rebuild. It's never too late to get stronger. Bodies are incredibly responsive. Even in older age, with time and consistency, muscles grow, joints loosen, and energy returns. You can also use movement as a way to reconnect with your surroundings. Go outside and walk to the end of the block. Notice the trees, the light, the people passing by. Moving in natural light can help your sleep cycle and improve your mood. If the weather isn't great, walk inside. Use the hallway or go up and down a few steps. You don't need fancy equipment. Your own body is enough. Some days will feel harder than others. That's normal. What matters most is that you don't give up. You don't need to push through pain, but you do need to stay consistent. Keep your movement simple, keep it regular, and keep it kind. You're not chasing youth, you're building strength for the life you have now. You might also consider joining a low-impact movement class, either in person or online. Many communities offer Tai Chi, chair yoga, or gentle fitness sessions specifically designed for older adults. These aren't about competition, they're about connection, both with others and with your own body. And when you move with others, there's an added sense of encouragement. It reminds you that you're not alone in wanting to feel strong and well. Moving every day is not about doing what you used to do. It's about doing what your body needs today. Even if it's just standing a little longer, walking a little farther, or stretching a little deeper, those efforts are worth it. They help you stay capable. They help you stay proud of how you live. The truth is, no matter how much support you have or don't have, your body is still your home. It's still your responsibility and your greatest resource. Keep it strong, keep it moving, keep it ready for life. Because your future is not something you wait for. It's something you prepare for, one step at a time, every single day. Number 4, challenge your brain with puzzles and learning. The mind, just like the body, needs movement to stay strong. As the years go by, many people focus on their physical health, but quietly let their mental sharpness fade. But staying mentally active is just as important as walking or eating well. It shapes how you feel, how you solve problems, and how connected you stay to the world around you. And the best part, you don't need a classroom or degree to do it. All it takes is a little curiosity and a willingness to stretch your thinking. Challenging your brain helps keep it healthy. It builds new connections between brain cells and keeps your memory sharp. This becomes especially important as you age because mental decline doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly when the brain is left unstimulated for long periods of time. When you give your brain new tasks to work through regularly, you're reminding it to stay alert and responsive. Start with something simple. A crossword puzzle in the morning, a short brain game on your phone or tablet, a new card game that makes you think. These small challenges work the brain in different ways. They train attention, memory, and logic. And they do more than pass time. They actively support the part of your brain that helps you organize thoughts, recognize patterns, and make decisions. Learning something new is another powerful tool. It doesn't have to be complicated. You could try a few words of a new language, explore a different type of music, or read a short article on a topic you never paid attention to before. The act of learning wakes the brain up. It brings back that spark of curiosity, that feeling of discovery many people associate with youth. But the truth is, learning never has to stop, no matter how old you are. You might even look into local classes, community programs, or free courses online. Many of them are made with older adults in mind. They move at a comfortable pace and give you the chance to explore ideas without pressure. Whether it's history, drawing, or even using technology more confidently, each new skill builds mental strength and keeps the mind engaged. Memory can naturally change with age, but mental training helps you hold on to it longer. By using your brain actively each day, you help it stay flexible. That flexibility makes it easier to recall names, remember appointments, and think clearly when making decisions. When you take time to challenge yourself, you're helping your mind stay steady, even when the world around you keeps changing. Mental activity also brings a sense of achievement. Solving a tough puzzle, finishing a good book, or learning something you never thought you could, it feels good. It builds self-confidence and reminds you that your mind is still capable, still sharp, and still worthy of growth. And that feeling carries over into how you handle the rest of your day. Your brain is a living part of you. It changes based on how you use it. If you give it the same routine every day without variety, it gets lazy. But when you break that pattern with something new or different, even for a few minutes, your brain lights up. It starts to build new pathways and strengthen old ones. That's how you keep your thinking clear, your mood stable, and your decision-making strong. Even conversations can be a form of brain exercise. Talking with someone about their experiences, asking questions, listening actively, all of that works your brain in meaningful ways. If you don't have someone to talk to every day, consider calling into community chat lines, joining online forums, or attending local meetups where you can exchange ideas. And don't overlook the value of writing. Keep a short journal, write down memories from your past, or create a list of things you're curious about. Writing gives structure to your thoughts. It makes you reflect and organize what's in your mind, which is a great way to strengthen attention and focus. If you find yourself feeling lonely, bored, or mentally foggy, chances are your brain needs more engagement. It's not about doing something hard, it's about doing something new. Something that makes you stop and think. Something that breaks the routine and makes your brain work a little harder than usual. You're not just passing time, you're investing in your future well-being. Mental sharpness gives you control. It helps you speak up for yourself, remember what matters, and stay involved in life's little details. That independence can bring peace of mind, especially when you're navigating life without as many people around you. You don't need to be brilliant, you just need to be curious. Stay interested in life. Ask questions. Try things. Solve problems. Make your brain work in ways it hasn't in a while, because a mind that stays active also stays hopeful, and that hope, that hunger to keep learning, is what helps you stay fully alive. So even if the house is quiet and the days feel long, your mind can still be a place of energy, growth, and discovery. Feed it with new thoughts. Challenge it with new tasks. Treat it as something valuable, because it is. When you care for your mind with intention, it rewards you with clarity, confidence, and a deeper connection to the world around you. Number 5. Cook healthy meals that nourish your body well. Food is more than just something we eat to survive. It plays a powerful role in how we feel, how much energy we have, and how well we age. In older years, the body changes. Digestion slows down. Appetite may shift. Some foods that used to feel fine might now cause discomfort. That's why cooking healthy meals at home becomes one of the most important ways to protect your health and keep your independence strong. When you take charge of what goes on your plate, you're also taking charge of your future. Many people in later life begin to eat less because cooking for one doesn't feel worth the effort. But your body still needs the right fuel to stay strong, heal properly, and fight illness. A good meal doesn't need to be complicated or expensive. It just needs to be made with simple, fresh ingredients that support your health instead of draining it. Start with whole foods that are easy on the stomach and full of nutrients. Cooked vegetables, whole grains, fruits, legumes, and healthy proteins like eggs, fish, or beans give your body what it needs without making digestion difficult. These foods are gentle, satisfying, and rich in the vitamins and minerals your body uses every day. Pay attention to what makes you feel good after eating. Everyone's needs are a little different, but one thing is always true. Your body knows when it's been fed something nourishing. Meals that leave you feeling steady, comfortable, and energized are the ones to stick with. If you feel bloated, tired, or sluggish after eating, it might be time to change what's on your plate. Cooking at home gives you control over ingredients, and that control matters more than ever as you age. Many prepackaged meals are full of salt, sugar, or additives that can raise blood pressure, affect blood sugar, or make inflammation worse. Cooking for yourself means you get to choose ingredients that are clean and safe. You can keep flavors light, avoid hidden chemicals, and feel confident about what you're feeding your body. Cooking also creates rhythm in your day. It gives structure to the hours and something to look forward to. Preparing a meal, smelling it cook, and sitting down to enjoy it offers a sense of comfort and routine that many people need, especially when living alone. It's not just about filling an empty stomach. It's about creating a daily ritual that reminds you to care for yourself. Even if your energy is low, there are ways to cook without wearing yourself out. Try preparing meals in batches and storing extra portions in the fridge or freezer. You can cut vegetables while sitting, use a slow cooker to save time, or choose one-pan meals that are easy to clean up. Keeping things simple doesn't mean sacrificing nutrition. Use herbs and spices to make meals enjoyable. As we age, taste buds may become less sensitive, but that doesn't mean food should be bland. A sprinkle of garlic, rosemary, turmeric, or lemon can completely change the flavor of a dish and make healthy eating something you actually look forward to. Good food doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be made with care. Don't forget hydration. Many older adults don't drink enough water, which can lead to fatigue, headaches, or even confusion. Soups, smoothies, herbal teas, and water-rich foods like cucumbers or melons can help you stay hydrated without much effort. Just a little awareness goes a long way. Cooking healthy meals also helps with emotional well-being. When you take the time to feed yourself properly, it sends a quiet but powerful message to your mind. I matter. I'm worth the time. I deserve to feel well. That kind of self-respect builds confidence and lifts your mood, especially during lonely stretches of time. Try inviting variety into your diet, even in small ways. One day, cook something you haven't had in years. Another day, experiment with a vegetable you've never tried before. Small changes keep meals interesting and give your brain a gentle push to stay curious and open. Even choosing different colors on your plate, like red tomatoes, green spinach, or orange sweet potatoes, brings a nutritional balance that supports heart health, brain function, and immunity. If cooking feels overwhelming, consider asking for help with meal planning or shopping. Some communities offer delivery services or volunteer groups that can assist with groceries. If that's not available, start with what's within reach. Canned beans, frozen vegetables, oats, and eggs are affordable and easy to turn into meals that actually nourish you. There's also joy in making something with your own hands. The quiet work of chopping, stirring, tasting, it brings focus and calm. When you cook for yourself, you create something real, something that supports your body and gives you back a sense of control, even when other things feel uncertain. A good meal won't solve every problem, but it gives your body the support it needs to handle them better. It helps keep your muscles from weakening. It fuels your brain so you can think clearly. It keeps your immune system strong and your energy steady. The right food becomes your defense and your comfort all at once. You don't have to be a perfect cook. You just have to care enough to give your body what it needs. Every meal is a new chance to build strength, protect your health, and honor the life you're still living. Whether you're cooking for one or just reheating leftovers from earlier in the week, it matters. You matter. And feeding yourself well is one of the most powerful ways to show it. Number 6. Speak kindly to yourself and protect your peace. The way you speak to yourself shapes how you feel about your life. When you're older and living on your own, your thoughts can grow louder, and what you say to yourself matters more than ever. If those thoughts are full of blame, regret, or harshness, they can slowly take away your sense of peace. But if you start to speak to yourself with patience and care, something shifts. You begin to feel more at ease. Even in the quiet moments, many people carry voices from the past, things others said or did that left scars. And sometimes, without realizing it, those old voices become your own. You might say things to yourself like, "I'm too much trouble," or "It's too late for me," or "I should have done more." These thoughts feel familiar, but that doesn't mean they're true. What's true is that you're still here, you're still living, and that alone is enough reason to deserve kindness. Starting with the way you treat yourself. Speaking kindly to yourself isn't just about positive thinking. It's about creating an inner world that doesn't keep you in pain. It's reminding yourself that you've made it through so much, that your worth isn't tied to how busy you are or how many people check in on you, or how much you used to do for others. It's knowing that your value is steady, even now, even still. When your home is quiet and there's no one around to distract you from your thoughts, your inner voice becomes your companion. That voice can either tear you down or lift you up. You choose which one it becomes. Try noticing what you say to yourself in the small moments. When you spill something, when you forget a name, when the phone doesn't ring. Do you speak with frustration or with softness? If your first reaction is harsh, you're not alone. Many people were taught to push themselves, to be hard on themselves, to always expect more. But that way of thinking wears down the spirit. You don't need to earn your right to rest or feel joy. You're allowed to simply be. And if you're still trying to heal old wounds, you deserve gentle words, not judgment. Protecting your peace means making choices that help you feel calm, steady, and whole. That might mean turning off the news when it feels overwhelming. It might mean saying no to conversations that drain your energy. It could mean walking away from old memories that only bring you pain. Peace doesn't happen on its own. You have to protect it like something valuable, because it is. You don't have to explain your decisions to anyone. If you need more quiet, more space, more slowness, that's okay. If you feel things deeply, that's okay too. Being sensitive doesn't make you weak. It means your heart still works. There is strength in being tender with yourself. Start speaking to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love. Would you tell them they're a burden, that they should have done more? Or would you tell them they've already done so much, and they deserve to feel safe now? Give yourself the same grace. It's not indulgent, it's healing. Some days it helps to say things out loud. I'm doing my best. It's okay to rest. I'm allowed to enjoy my life. These aren't empty phrases. They are small steps toward building a more peaceful relationship with yourself. Over time, these words begin to take root. They become habits of thought, and those habits shape how you experience each day. Your peace also depends on what you allow into your space. Be mindful of who and what you let in. If someone's presence leaves you feeling small or tense, it's okay to limit contact. You've spent a lifetime giving your energy to others. This chapter of your life is a chance to give some of that care back to yourself. Sometimes loneliness can sneak in and make your thoughts darker. It tells you that you're forgotten, that you don't matter anymore. But those are lies. You are still connected to the world in ways you may not see, through your memories, through your stories, through the quiet strength you carry. You don't need a crowd to have meaning. Your life is meaningful because it is yours. Forgive yourself for the times you didn't know better. Forgive the versions of yourself that were just trying to survive. Speak to yourself now like someone who finally understands how much you've carried. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to chase a perfect version of yourself. You just have to be honest, gentle, and brave enough to love who you are today. Even if you live alone, you're not truly alone. You carry all the wisdom, the love, the lessons, and the moments that shaped you. Speak kindly to the person who made it this far. Speak kindly to the person who still hopes, still tries, still gets up each day and chooses to go on. Peace doesn't mean life is easy. It means you've decided not to let the hard parts take over your heart. It means giving yourself permission to feel joy again. It means resting when you need to, laughing when you can, being proud of yourself, even on the quietest days. You have more power than you realize. Power to create peace from within. Power to protect it from what threatens to take it away. And it starts with one choice: to treat yourself like you matter, because you always have and you still do. Number 7. Reach out first and reconnect with old friends. It's easy to think that if someone hasn't called in a while, they've forgotten you. Or worse, that they've moved on. But what if they're thinking the exact same thing about you? What if they miss you but just don't know how to start the conversation again? As we get older, time has a way of creating distance between people. Not because we stop caring, but because life gets busy, health becomes a focus, or we fall into routines that leave little room for reconnecting. But there's power in making the first move. Reaching out even after years of silence can bring warmth back into your life in ways you didn't expect. Sometimes people stay quiet because they don't know if they're still welcome. They think too much time has passed, or what would I even say? But it doesn't have to be perfect. A short note, a gentle call, a simple message like "I was just thinking of you." That's enough to open a door. And once that door is open, it reminds both people that the connection didn't disappear. It was just sleeping. Old friends remember your laughter, your stories, the small details that make you who you are. They've seen different parts of your life, and there's comfort in that shared history. When you reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, you're not only giving them a gift, you're giving yourself one too. You're choosing connection over regret, action over silence, hope over wondering. The truth is, many people are waiting for someone to go first. They're hoping for that call, that letter, that knock on the door. They want to feel remembered too. When you take that step, it shows strength, not desperation. It means you care enough to try. You're not chasing the past, you're building something new from something real. Start small. Think of one person who used to make you laugh, who knew how to cheer you up, who once made life feel lighter. Maybe it's someone you worked with, maybe an old neighbor, maybe a cousin you used to see every holiday. Sit with that memory for a minute, then ask yourself, what would it feel like to hear their voice again? If the answer is warm, pick up the phone. Write that message. Don't wait for a perfect moment. The moment you choose is the right one. You might worry they've changed. You've changed too. But real friendships know how to bend with time. They might not look the same, but that doesn't mean they're broken. You may find new ways of being together, of supporting each other, of enjoying the present even as you remember the past. And if the conversation feels awkward at first, that's okay. That's natural. But with each word, comfort grows. Reaching out also reminds you of your own ability to shape your days. When you feel isolated, it's easy to think things just happen to you. But connection is something you can create. You don't have to wait to be invited in. You can knock first. You can say, I miss our talks. You can say, I thought of you when I saw this. You can be the reason someone else smiles today. Not every person will respond. Some people drift for a reason, and that's part of life. But many will answer. And even if it's just one, that one connection can light up your week. Gives you something to look forward to, something to hold on to. Human beings are built for connection, no matter our age. A kind voice, a shared laugh, a simple memory can remind us that we still belong to each other. And don't forget, your effort has a ripple effect. When you reach out to someone, it may encourage them to do the same for someone else. You are not just starting one conversation. You're starting a wave of healing, a chain of people remembering what matters. That kind of energy doesn't just bring joy. It brings life back into places that felt dull or forgotten. This chapter of life doesn't have to be quiet. It doesn't have to be lonely. Be lonely. The people who once mattered to you might still be out there, hoping to be remembered. You may be lonely too. Some may be struggling. Your voice might be the one that reminds them they're not alone. Cheers. There's a kind of courage in reaching out. It says, I care enough to try again. Cheers. Cheers. I still believe in connection. Cheers. Our story isn't over yet. That courage can lift you on days when everything else feels heavy. Cheers. It can bring laughter to a day that started with silence. Cheers. It can turn a simple afternoon into something worth remembering. Friendship doesn't always need big plans or long visits. Sometimes it's just a message here and there. Cheers. A photo. Cheers. Cheers. Few minutes on the phone. Those moments add up. Cheers. They become something to look forward to. Cheers. Cheers. You're never too old to reconnect. You're never too far removed to reach out. Cheers. If it's in your heart, that's reason, and you still have love to give. You still have stories to share. Cheers. Cheers. Have time to make someone feel valued. And in doing that, you give that same gift to yourself. So take that step. Cheers. Make the call. Write the note. Rebuild the bridge. Cheers. Cheers. You have more to gain than you think. Cheers. You have love to gain them. Cheers. Number 8. Volunteer your time to feel needed and valued. When you reach a certain age, it's natural to wonder where you fit in. Life slows down, people move on, and the days can feel long and quiet. But inside, you still carry a lifetime of wisdom, compassion, and strength. You still have so much to offer. Volunteering gives you a chance to use that in a meaningful way. It's not just about staying busy. It's about being needed again, being part of something bigger than yourself, and knowing that your presence still makes a difference. When you give your time to help others, something inside you lights up. You feel purpose again. Whether it's holding a baby at the hospital so a nurse can take a break, helping kids with reading at the local library, or offering your voice on a helpline for someone who feels alone. These are small acts that carry enormous weight, and the beautiful thing is, when you help others feel seen, you end up feeling seen too. One of the most powerful things about volunteering is that it gives your days rhythm. Knowing you're expected somewhere, even once a week, adds structure. It pulls you out of the house, gives you a reason to get dressed, to move, to engage, and the people you meet along the way, they become familiar faces, sometimes even friends. You start to belong again, not because of your age, but because of your heart. You don't have to be strong, or fast, or full of energy. What matters most is showing up. Just your time, your listening ear, your steady presence can be a gift. Many organizations would love your help because what you bring, patience, kindness, life experience, is irreplaceable. There are people out there who need what you already have. Understanding, comfort, calm, a young parent trying to juggle everything. A teenager looking for someone who won't judge. A person going through illness who needs a steady hand. You might not realize it, but just being there for someone can change their day. Volunteering also keeps your mind sharp. When you interact with new people, solve small problems, or learn how a group or program works, you keep your brain active in a way that's natural and fun. It's not like sitting down with a puzzle. It's real, hands-on thinking. You get to stay mentally engaged without feeling like it's a chore, and there's something deeply healing about focusing on others. When you spend time helping someone else, your own problems don't disappear, but they don't feel as heavy. You gain a new sense of perspective. You realize that you're still connected to the world, that your life still matters, that your kindness still has power. Sometimes when people feel invisible, what they really need is a role. Volunteering gives you that. It says you're still needed. It says you can still make things better. Whether you're folding clothes at a shelter, serving meals at a community kitchen, or simply showing up to support a neighbor in need, you are doing something that counts. That sense of contribution can lift you on the hardest days, and you don't have to do it alone. Volunteering often brings people together, and many older adults find new friendships through this kind of work. You're working toward a common goal, and that shared effort builds trust and closeness. Over time, you may find yourself surrounded by people who know your name, ask how you're doing, and genuinely care about your presence. There are so many options. Animal shelters, community gardens, hospitals, libraries, senior centers, food banks, they all need extra hands. And if leaving the house is tough, there are even ways to volunteer from home. You could write letters, make phone calls, knit blankets, or offer online support. Every effort matters. The feeling of being needed doesn't fade with age, and it shouldn't be ignored. You're not just filling time, you're shaping someone's day, someone's hope, someone's strength. Even a short conversation, a small act of service, or a warm smile in the right moment can be life-changing for the person on the other end. This chapter of life still holds meaning. If you give it a chance, you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be willing to show up, to care, and to share a bit of yourself. In doing so, you create new memories, form new bonds, and rediscover the kind of joy that comes not from being praised or admired, but from being useful in the most human way. You're not on the sidelines, you're still in the story. Volunteering reminds you of that. It gives your days a heartbeat, your actions a purpose, and your soul a quiet pride that says, I'm still here, I still matter. The world needs your touch, it needs your voice, it needs your light. Go where your heart leads you and offer your time. What you'll receive in return is something you can't buy, the deep, lasting feeling of being part of something that truly matters. Number 9, speak to a counselor when sadness feels heavy. Sometimes sadness hits harder than expected. It feels like a weight you can't shake off, something that grows each day and clouds the simplest of thoughts. It's easy to think that you should just power through it, or that it'll pass with time. But when the weight of those feelings lingers, when it's harder to find joy in the things you used to love, it's time to take a different approach. Speaking to a counselor can be the step that makes all the difference. There's no shame in admitting that you need help. Life brings with it plenty of ups and downs, and sometimes the burden feels too heavy to carry alone. It's important to know that your emotions are valid, even when they seem overwhelming. Feeling down, anxious, or uncertain doesn't mean you're weak or incapable. It simply means you're human, and like anyone else, you deserve support. Counseling provides a space where you can unload without judgment. A counselor is someone who listens, not to fix you, but to understand you. They create a safe, supportive environment where you can share your thoughts and feelings freely. This kind of support can be life-changing because it's not just about being heard, it's about being understood. When you're feeling isolated, as many people often do when they get older, speaking to someone outside of your usual circle can offer a fresh perspective. Sometimes family or close friends don't know how to help, or they may have their own struggles that make it difficult for them to provide the support you need. But a counselor is trained to listen with empathy, helping you process your feelings in a way that makes sense to you. One of the greatest benefits of counseling is that it helps you identify the root causes of your sadness. It's not about labeling your emotions as something wrong with you. It's about uncovering the reasons why you might feel stuck. Are there memories or unresolved issues that have been lingering in the background? Is there something in your daily routine that's making you feel disconnected? A counselor helps you explore these areas, giving you tools to navigate through them. Sometimes the sadness you're experiencing is tied to change. Aging brings inevitable transitions, losing friends, facing health challenges, or adjusting to new living arrangements. All of these things can leave you feeling lost or unsure of what's next. Counseling offers a space to process these changes, not as burdens but as parts of a larger journey. It reminds you that it's okay to feel sad when life shifts, and it's okay to seek help to adjust to those changes. A counselor can also teach you strategies to cope with negative thoughts. Often when we're sad, our minds are filled with self-doubt or worry about the future. We may feel as if things will never get better, but counseling can help you reframe those thoughts. It doesn't happen overnight, but with time you can learn to recognize when your mind is spiraling and use tools to bring yourself back to a healthier perspective. Counseling doesn't have to be a long-term commitment if you don't feel like it's necessary. You can start with just a few sessions, and if you feel that it's helping, you can continue. But even a single conversation can be transformative. It's like turning the page on a new chapter. You might discover that you don't need to carry all of those heavy emotions alone. There's no judgment in seeking help, only strength. You're not weak for needing support, you're strong for recognizing it and taking action. Speaking to a counselor allows you to unpack everything that's been weighing on your heart. It gives you permission to feel what you're feeling without guilt or shame. It's an opportunity to take a step toward healing. Remember, the sadness you're feeling doesn't define you. It's just a chapter in your story, and it's not the final one. By speaking to a counselor, you're taking back control over your emotions and your future. You're choosing to invest in your well-being, to not let sadness take hold for too long. Life is full of seasons, and sometimes it's okay to reach out for a little help to get through the tougher ones. No matter your age or situation, it's never too late to seek support. Whether you've been feeling off for a while or something specific has triggered a wave of sadness, taking that first step to speak with a counselor can open up a path to healing and growth. You don't have to do this alone, and you certainly don't have to keep carrying that heavy weight. The next chapter can be one of peace, understanding, and renewed strength. Reaching out is the first step toward getting there. Number 10. Create a calm space that feels safe and yours. Creating a calm space for yourself isn't just about filling a room with comfortable furniture or soft lighting. It's about crafting an environment where you feel at peace, safe, and truly yourself. As we grow older, we often need a sanctuary to recharge, reflect, and simply be. This space can provide more than just a physical escape. It can be a place where you reconnect with who you are and find solace in moments of stillness. The importance of having this space cannot be overstated, especially when life feels overwhelming, and you need somewhere to rest and gather your thoughts. Start with a clear intention. What do you need this space to be? It might be a quiet corner in your living room, a cozy nook by a window, or even a part of the bedroom. The location doesn't matter as much as the feeling it evokes. Consider what will make you feel most relaxed. Soft colors, a comfortable chair, a throw blanket, or perhaps some plants that bring a sense of nature indoors. Every detail should align with what soothes you. The goal is to create a space that reflects peace, allowing you to leave behind the noise and stress of the outside world. Begin by decluttering. It's hard to feel calm when the space around you is filled with chaos. Clear away items that don't serve you or bring positive energy. This doesn't mean getting rid of everything. It means organizing and simplifying so that the space feels light. Sometimes, even a small adjustment like removing excess furniture or neatly arranging books can make a huge difference in how the space feels. When the space feels less crowded, your mind will follow suit. The more you simplify your surroundings, the more your mind can settle. Adding elements that engage your senses can transform a space from just a room to a sanctuary. The touch of a soft pillow, the warmth of a favorite blanket, or the scent of a calming candle or essential oils can make the space feel like it's truly yours. Even the sounds of your environment can play a role. Perhaps you enjoy soft music or the calming sound of nature, whatever helps your mind feel at ease. These small sensory details work together to create a deeply calming atmosphere. Personalizing the space with items that hold sentimental value or bring you joy is also crucial. Whether it's a family photo, a piece of artwork, or a book you love, surrounding yourself with things that remind you of happiness or connection can help nurture your emotional well-being. These objects don't have to be grand. They just need to evoke a sense of comfort. They are reminders of the people, places, and moments that matter most to you, making the space feel like a safe retreat. Comfort is key. This is your personal space, and it should be the most comforting place in your home. The furniture you choose should support your body, allowing you to relax fully. Consider the things that will encourage you to stay in the moment. Maybe a favorite chair where you can sit and read, a cozy blanket to wrap around yourself, or a small table where you can enjoy a cup of tea. By investing in these little comforts, you create a space that invites you to rest and recharge. Lighting is another essential element in creating a calm space. Natural light has been shown to improve mood and promote relaxation, so try to take advantage of it. If possible, position your calm space near a window where sunlight can stream in. On darker days, add soft lighting. Table lamps, string lights, or a soft glow from a candle can provide the warmth you need to feel peaceful. Avoid harsh, bright lights that might disrupt the tranquil vibe you're trying to create. A calm space is more than just a physical location. It's an emotional refuge where you can restore your energy. It's important to designate this space as yours and yours alone, free from distractions. Let this be a place where you can breathe deeply, reflect on your day, or just rest. Over time, you'll find that your mind begins to associate this space with relaxation, making it easier to access peace even when life around you feels overwhelming. A peaceful space also supports your mental clarity. When you have a designated area to unwind and think, it gives you a mental break from the busy thoughts that might otherwise crowd your mind. This space offers a place to sit quietly, let go of worries, and feel connected to the present moment. It's here you can find your thoughts and emotions without the rush of daily distractions. Creating a calm space is also about intention. Take a moment each day to sit in this space and breathe. You don't have to do anything special. Just sit and let the surroundings soothe you. This time doesn't need to be long, but it can be incredibly impactful in helping you reset your emotions and clear your mind. Over time, this simple act of returning to your peaceful space will become a powerful habit for maintaining your mental health. In creating this space, you are telling yourself that you are worthy of peace, that you deserve a retreat where you can relax and be at ease. You are giving yourself the gift of comfort and the opportunity to feel grounded. When everything around you seems uncertain, your calm space will remain a constant, offering solace and security, no matter what else is happening in your life. By making this space personal and meaningful, you create a sense of control and comfort that can be especially valuable in older age. The world may change around you, but within the four corners of your space, you have the power to create a sanctuary that nurtures your mind, body, and spirit. It's a small step with a profound impact, one that allows you to embrace peace, embrace stillness, and truly feel at home in yourself.